Hello YouTube, today at powerjackrepair.org we got a Gigabyte A7 X1 AX200NGW. That's what it says right here and right there and basically right here. Now, strange laptop because you don't really see many gigabytes out there. And here what we do is we replace the jacks. Jack is the piece that goes inside of the laptop where you plug in your plug into. And the reason I wanted to make this video because I have no idea if this is a jack issue or it's some sort of other issue. It's the first time I see one of those laptops here for the repair. So we got screw, right here, right here, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, and you got two hidden screws right here under the battery. So 1 and 2. Once you take it all off, you just take the cover off. And here what you will see is this wire right here, connected like that into the motherboard, and another one going right there into the board, which is right here. It's the first time in my life I see a board being mounted by two screws, and then you got the wire going in right here. So I have analyzed this jack left and right, and I can't really find a fault, and it does conduct the electricity through. My only concern is the negative side, even though everything is negative here, so it's probably not even a concern. So maybe something in the back of the jack right there is not working well, but the current goes through to the jack. I mean, you could measure the voltage from here down to here like that. Let me show you. I plug in the 2.5 by 5.5 millimeter plug. This is the most standard jack there is in terms of, you could, by the way, buy that jack from the website. The link should be below. So that's, you see right there, that's the plus, it conducts. That's the minus, conducts. That's another plus right here, conducts to the output. That's the minus right here, conducts to the minus. So technically I don't see a problem with the jack, but since we are here for the power jack replacements, you know what, let me just plug this whole thing in. Maybe there is a shortage on the motherboard someplace, and that's gonna save me some time from desoldering the jack back and forth. So here, let's plug this guy in right there. Right, now let's see what we can disconnect. Our power strip, which is always busy with something. So here. All right. So let's plug in this guy right there. All right. And let's measure the voltage at the motherboard. So anywhere on the motherboard is usually fine, like right here. You know what, for some reason it shows me 15 volts. Let's see, maybe we can use the digital one, digital voltmeter. Let's see what does the digital voltmeter tells us. The digital one says 19 volts. Maybe not, hold on. Oh, what's going on? Let's do 200. Ten volts. You know what? I think the problem is the power supply. Because at 20 volts, it shows us 10 volts. 10.16. 10.16. 9.63. Strange, really strange. Here, let's shut down this guy. You know what? Let me bring another power supply. I mean, the other voltmeter. And everything should be. Well, 2 voltmeter showed me that something isn't right with the voltage coming in here. Let's see if we can maybe power this guy up. Will it power up? Nope, it doesn't want to power up. Let me go find if I'm gonna find something like this big. 11.8 amps. Those adapters are too big. Let's see, connections. Maybe connections are not right. Alrighty, let's connect the other power supply I got here. And let's see if we're gonna get 20 volts. Yep, here. We're rolling. Yeah, we get 19.8. All right. Let's see. And voila. All right, so the problem with those gaming laptops is that chickeny power supply right here is basically dead. In my understanding, there is nothing wrong with the jack itself. Wiggle the connector up, down, left, right. Up, down, left, right. Up. I don't know, what should I do? Should I replace the jack? Probably shouldn't. Everything, you see, everything is solid connection, everything works. All right, so if you got exactly the same problem, guys, first of all, you could send the donation our way. The links are below. And second of all, you can go and buy a new power supply. And hold on, here. Yeah, so it's all functioning. So I'm just gonna shut down this guy. We're gonna shut down. Yeah, I wanna shut it down. I know there is not enough solder on the negative here. I wonder if maybe that had something to do with. I mean, I hate the client to get it back and say, you know what, we got a new power supply, but the problem is still the same. Anyways, let me go ahead and replace this connector right here, simply because I can. Let me show you under the microscope. Hold on. All right, as you can see, this right here is probably just some flux. Could it be? Yeah. And this right here is probably just some flux. Sometimes there's a crack right here at the back of the connector. But there is no crack right here. I usually can feel the crack right there. And right there, just some flux as well. I don't know, the jack looks good to me. Well, anyways, let's try and remove it, put a new jack in place. Alright, so I found the email from the client. The client states that for a couple of weeks he had to bend the plug many different ways to make it to charge, and eventually it stopped charging. So I have to replace the jack because otherwise the client will still be bending the plug back and forth. So yeah, I mean, I don't see much damage here, but maybe the inside hole is already worn out a little bit, way too much. Maybe, maybe not. Again, if the client has turned it back and forth, that means the jack needs to be taken apart. I mean, needs to be swapped. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some flux right here, right there, right there, right there, and right there. Okay. That's a brand new jack right here. Same exact factory. You can look at the stamp, it's exactly the same connector. And what we're gonna do next, we're gonna add some hot air. And we're gonna add some new solder. The new solder gonna mix with the old solder. Once the new solder gonna mix with the old solder, once the new solder mixes with the old solder, we would be able to lift this guy up. Okay, not so much. I was hoping for much easier removal. Come on. No, let me refocus. Hold on. Alright, so we took the old connector off. And now we need to solder, remove all of the solder from the board. All right. Now let's remove that solder from the board. Yeah, right. Let's bring in the hot air a bit closer. I don't want the plastic connector to get melted. Even the silicone pad went upwards. All right, so let's see, where is the jack? That's the new one. Ay, ay. What happened to the jack? Where is the jack? Oh, the jack is right here. quite honestly, I don't see anything wrong with this jack. Sometimes when you bend this rear leg a little bit, it would come out in the back right there, right here. But it doesn't come out, so that means the pin isn't broken in there. No, I broke it though. So the only wear probably is on the inside of this connector, on the inside of that connector. So we take the new jack, we put this guy in, put this guy in. Easier said than done, because there are some places where I still need to desolder some of the solder from. So here, here, here. Okay. All right, really hard to solder in this kind of plane. There's no stable support for it, so I have to put it in the vise. Okay. Add a little bit more flux. And solder everything up that way. Yeah, I can see why the solder wasn't really that penetratable through, because the board is kind of thick. All right, let's... Yeah, I mean, if the client wouldn't tell me that they had to rotate and wiggle the cord all the time, I would probably not replace the connector. But since they explained that they had to rotate the cable all the time, I'm replacing the connection here. Now let's remove all of the excess solder from the side. Alrighty. Alrighty. Good job. Excellent. All right, so what I want to do is I want to flip this guy over and solder a little bit on the back connection right there. On the back side right there. All right. A little bit right here. A little bit right there, so it would hold. So it would hold better on the board itself. Okay. Just removing the excess solder that way. Good job. Excellent. All right, let's remove a little bit more solder this side. Right, and from that side. Okay. Yeah, excellent. And just in case I want to reflow a little bit in the back, right there, in case those connections are not solid. Let's reflow the connection here. All right. And let's reflow a little bit right there. Too much here. Okay, wonderful. Okay, good job. Let's see, see how everything is well soldered? Right there, right there. Well, not so much right here. You see there is still some space that could be soldered in there. The board is extremely hot. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Let's clean up all of this mess. All right. Excellent. Excellent. A little bit more cleaning and we're all good. Maybe I should remove a little bit of that solder right here. Nope. Okay. Remove that. Excellent. Excellent. Sorry, forgot to switch to the other camera. Anyways, removed solder from the points right here and right there, and it's all good to go. Alrighty, so let's connect. Well, first of all, let's check to make sure that there is no shortages between the connections. There is no shortages. All right. Quite possible that the negative wasn't soldered through completely beforehand. All right, let's guide this wire through. Right there, right there, right there. Okay. And where exactly is my favorite screwdriver? Actions, please. All right. Let's find something that's. Here, let's find this guy. All right. Okay. Just want to keep it away from the heatsink because my guess that's you know what, the heatsink probably melted the connection there more than needed. That's the reason why. That's the reason why. Wow, it sits a little bit too far in. I don't think I would be able to make the new plug. Yeah, if this is gonna be my new plug, it's gonna be sitting right there in the casing. No, it should go farther in. I'll probably have to trim this casing because, as you can see right here, that plastic stops on that casing. This guy's slightly different design. I don't have exactly the same design plug as this one. You see, this one goes through that round knob right there, you see. Straight the point. You see, this is the connection here, nice and solid. But I can't put this guy in there because this is all I can do right here. All right. Anyways, let's put the cover back on. And hopefully everything's gonna be working fine. Yeah, the design itself doesn't let me put this plug in there perfectly. Okay. All right, let's unscrew right there. Another screw right there. Battery is out. You see, no tricks whatsoever. We plug in my power supply in somewhere. Where is the hole? Oh, right there. Let's plug in my guy. We got an orange light in the front, indicating that it's plugged in. You press the power button and everything should power up and work. Gigabyte gaming laptop here. Alright guys, I will have to figure out something about the charger. Thank you so much for watching. You guys please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys take care and have a good day. Thanks. Bye.